time restrictions of the schedule of the station on which you're watching. You see usually 4, sometimes 6 wrestlers. We do want to remind you that on all the cards coming your way, you'll not only see, as you did, Adams and Bourne, and here Hennig and Oliver, wrestlers earlier on that you've not seen, but will, wherever big time comes to your area. Hacksaw Sawyer, sensational young Tommy Rogers. Sawyer and Rogers have teamed, incidentally. The big fella, Dizzy Hogan, Mike Miller. Dr. D from Tennessee, David Schultz. Buddy Rose is back. And, of course, Rocky Johnson has some stretcher matches coming up. So what you say here on Big Time are some of the stars of Major League Wrestling here in the Pacific Northwest. But you certainly don't see all of them. And so we do want to tell you they are all on the cards. Anywhere from 10 to 12, 13 wrestlers. Major League on big time cards wherever you might be watching from the Canadian border. In fact, we understand there's some friends up at Burnaby, I believe it is, that catch the show. And we would have some kind words about the program were passed on to us. We want to thank those fans. All the way down to the California border. Big time wrestling. This is for the title. An armbar. Curt Hennig, the father, or rather the son, of Larry Hennig, Larry the Axe, who was put out of action for a few weeks. His return to Minnesota, the Army did that to him. Whether the Army will regroup or not is not yet known. Buddy Rose returning to the Northwest. On hearing that news, one man that questioned whether Buddy Rose would take over as the kingpin here in the Northwest is Dr. D. And a lot of others, Hacksaw Sawyer among them, saying, hey, the man left, the man was beaten. When you're beaten and you have to leave, you don't come back in and take over. It's not done that way. So a lot of things are going to be seen in the next couple of months. We expect wrestling to really, really take on a new look and a lot of new activity with the likes of Rose returning. Chris Adams on the scene. Chris Adams is going to have a lot to say, we predict, about what happens in pro wrestling circles. Armbar turned over, knee drop. Curt Hennig, another young man on the rise. If he can win that championship strap here today, he too will be a big factor. Rip Oliver right now is. He owns both belts. He shares the tag team titles with Matt Bourne. And he holds, of course, the Northwest heavyweight title. Oliver's from Florida. Curtis Hennig from Minnesota. Frank Bonema calling the action for you on BTW. Glad to be here with you every weekend, whether it be in Western Washington over Q13. Arm drag slam. Hope you enjoyed the parade that was on earlier today. Hope you remembered that we are on today an hour later than usual. Normally we're on at noon on Q13. Working on the left arm, Curt Hennig on Rip Oliver. You're seen east of the mountains, or should we say mountain now, with St. Helens gaining such prominence. Anyway, over there in eastern Washington and into Idaho, we're seen on KIMA out of Yakima, Keeper, KEPR in the Tri-Cities, Clue in Lewiston, Idaho. We're in the first fall action for the championship, and Hennig is tenacious, working on the left arm. Remember, we're doubling up 2 in a row on a big-time wrestling show as far as the Queen City is concerned. Seattle Center Arena, we're back in again this week. Got a card last week. We've got 2 in a row, and then we will return to our every other Wednesday. Cards in Seattle. Naturally, the hub of all of the wrestling in the Northwest at the Seattle Center Arena. They'll tell you more about specifically what's going on, and it's a barn burner this week. Sandoval, the referee, checking with Oliver. Does he want to give it up? Winglock being worked. The left arm taking a lot of punishment from Curt Hennig. Oliver trying to find a way out of it. Oliver kind of pleased Buddy Rose's return. Might be the only one in the whole Northwest. Matt Bourne didn't get too excited about it, I'll tell you that. Elbow smash, back of the head. Oliver getting to John Hennig right now. But Hennig up, grabs the left arm, spins for the takedown. Leg drop across it and back to the wing lock. Oliver throws him off. Flying tackle. Oliver goes down. He's up. Put down again. Dives underneath that one. Catches. Hennig grabbed the hair and shoved him through the ropes. Now there you see a veteran making a move he had to make. That left arm is hurting. Circulation has been cut off. What can you do to buy yourself some time? One thing is to throw the man through or over the ropes. Hope that he lands down there hard, that you get a little time, and then be able to come back and go on the offense. And you see Oliver, the veteran, doing just that. Anybody who thinks there isn't planning, there isn't strategy in professional wrestling, just doesn't pay much attention. We don't get into it a whole lot because we've seen, the left arm wrapped around the ring post. I sometimes think, as Don Meredith once said about football, you announcers sure have made this a difficult game.